Hello everyone, this is Jay, also known as Lugdunon. Today we're going to be looking at Guild Wars, and this is the ranger that's going to be helping me demonstrate what's going on. Right, the reason I'm doing this video today is because I'm still hearing people kind of asking, what do you do at the start of Guild Wars 2? Because there's no proper tutorial, it kind of just throws you in the deep end and you go with it. Usually when you start, you'd make a character, you make a few choices about your character, you know, you'd customise them. Pick a little bit of backstory, and you'd have a little story at the start, and then you'd kind of pop into your starting area, which this is the Azoran starting area, which are these little fellas right here. Whereas I'm a Sylvari, so I would usually have a different starting area, but I thought I'd use this one because I haven't covered much of this area before, so I can kind of show you generally what you'd be doing. This character is level 42, so it's not going to be exactly like you would when you'd start, but I haven't got any slots left to show you a new character. So, first thing you'd be doing is you'd be looking for these little hearts on the map, which, you know, very big map, there's a hell of a lot to do. But these would be your priority one for when you very first start. Renown quests, tasks, heart quests, whatever you want, similar to your classic kind of quests, or at least the closest to. Whereas with the classic one you would get kill 15 of this, collect 7 of this, something like that. This one you do get multiple choices. So with this, experiment on sleeping golems, participate in RC golem chests, provide data for golem assistance, and repair power down control panels for welder golems. So as long as you're completing any set number of that, you will get progress, which I've already got a little bit of progress in this area. Right, my general skills down here. These are all to do with the weapons you have equipped. So the first 5 are completely based on what weapon you have. So I'm a ranger using a longbow at the second, so I get 5 skills all based on using the longbow. Some classes, not all, but most of the classes have got the ability to swap weapons between sets. So I've also got a short bow. Because this is a ranger, they are bow specialists, so I like to have the 2 different types of bow in the game. One's much... So like the longbow is more for long range, slower attacks but more powerful, whereas the short bow, quite close range but extremely fast. Your skill 6 is a healing skill. There's no tank, healer, DPS in the game. It's a simple fact of you've got to be trying to be self-reliant where you can. There is some slight skills that are more supportive for multiple people, but you can't really rely on them. Skill 7, 8 and 9, they're utility skills, so you get a list of them which you'll unlock with skill points, which I'll talk a little bit soon. These have multiple effects, so you build these to basically complement your own playstyle. So for me, I've gone for a couple of passive effects, like, you know, regenerating health as I'm going along, increasing general movement speed, and I've got another one when I activate it, I shoot 50% faster, which when you're using a short bow is a major increase. And then your final one, your skill 10 as it were, or skill 0, is your elite skill. You don't get that till you're level 30. It's much longer cooldown, but it can be a big game changer in most scenarios. So, yeah, the first thing you'd be doing, looking for these. So, we'll do a little bit of that now. So, we'll go over to this golem here. And we'd get multiple choices on how we want to proceed with this experiment. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, activate.
Power core unstable. Explosion in 5, 4.
Right, that red circle indicates there's going to be damage in that area, so it's the closest thing to an area effect. You also will have just seen then, there is the ability to dodge in this game, which is this bar here. You can dodge twice in quick succession. And then that's it, you can't dodge again. But that will dodge any move. You know, if there's an arrow coming at your head, you roll underneath it. If there's a fireball coming at you, you roll out the way. It's quite straightforward. So, but every time you complete things like that, you'll gain progress in these. So we're going to do another one now. So we've got to check for toolboxes, which is one here, and we get a wrench. So we've used the wrench to activate that, and he's now going to attack us. So there you go, and then we get some more progress on that quest, just for doing multiple things as we go along. So we'll do a different one this time, we'll do that one, that one, that one, activate.
Power core unstable.
And it's also going to blow up, so... But these would be your first thing, right. Second thing that you'd be looking for, or at least Next thing is basically want to be completing these area kind of codes, as it were. So, because for every one of these that you finish, you gain more experience, and eventually you'll complete the area, which will reward you a nice little bonus chest at the end. So, we've got the renown quest. You've got waypoints, which are like fast travel points all over the map, which you can see undiscovered ones here. So you'll be able to use these to fast travel around. Points of interest, which they're quite self-explanatory what a point of interest is. Skill challenges, which you can see one over there. There'll be various challenges which will reward you a single skill point, which you can use to unlock skills, or there's certain items that later in the game which you can trade a lot of skill points for to get your hands on. And then there's vistas, which are basically like nice ceramic views, which there's one up here which we're going to go quickly grab so you can generally see what I'm on about here. These are usually slight puzzles to get to, not over the top, but slight puzzles. And I've just fell off. Well done. Go me. So we'll try that again without failing abysmally. So, and we've got to jump up on these little ledges here. And we're done. And then you get a nice little view when you activate it, and it'll generally look around the area, collecting the vista. You can skip these if you did so wish just by clicking down here, but they are quite nice to look around if you're your first time exploring. Gives you a nice look around the map and the detail that's gone into the world, which I always quite enjoy watching them for the first time. And then you get a little chunk of experience. Everything adds up in this game, from reviving other players, completing tasks, completing events, which is quite an important part to do with Guild Wars. It's all based mostly on events. There's a point of interest for coming in here, in the sense that if you walk past, it'll come up saying, "Oh, currently, such and such an area is under attack." You would literally just walk in, you join in. Depending on how much you contributed to completing that event would depend on the reward you get from bronze, silver, or gold. So you gain more experience, gold. There's also a system in this called karma. So basically, the more events and good deeds you do, you earn karma, which you can buy certain items with. Everyone in the game can gather resources as long as you have collecting tools. So a sickle for herbs and things like that, axe for trees, pickaxe for veins, all that kind of general stuff. So you just walk up to it and you chop it down. Then this you can sell anywhere. You can sell it on trading post. There's an active trading post or auction house or whatever you wish to call it, depending on what game you're coming from, to sell to other players, or you can use it yourself in crafting, which I'll probably cover in a different video because that can take a little while to explain. But yeah, that's generally the basics of Guild Wars from right at the start of the game. Once you've completed so much of this, each one, it gives you a rough kind of level of what you should be for. So that one, it's indicating you should be level 2 roughly for when you start that, level 3. So you can kind of work your way across. We'll try and head over to this skill point so we can just show you what a starting challenge would be like. Another race in the game called the Hilux, like a frog warrior race. There's quite a lot of races in the game. There's only 5 that are playable at the moment. Future expansions could bring in more. But right, so the first skill challenge is right here. So, and he wants a fight. So that's exactly what we're going to do. See, and you can see there, I activate that ability to complement myself, so I'm using speed. And we beat him in a duel, and there you go. And now everything's attacking us now. Show you a bit of combat, I suppose. So yeah, there is a nice loot system as well. So there we go. And there, for that would have rewarded me 1 skill point, which I've got 14 of them at the minute, but you can see here the general costs of skills. You've got your healing skills that get progressively, not necessarily better, but they fit different scenarios better. Again, or play style is another. It's just a major issue in this. Is you've got to customise your build to the way you want to play yourself. Pardon me, sorry. So you'd have like tier 1 utility skills, then you have tier 2 which then would cost 3 points each, and then tier 3 which costs 6, stage 1 elite skills which cost 10, and then the final stage would be 30 points each. That's just on your skills. My advice is to read through them as best as you can to start before you put your points down, because if you want to go through, if you want to collect later items in the game, if you're a bit of a completionist, your skill points become a little bit more valuable, I'll put it that way. Again, probably something I'll cover in a different video, because I play a lot of Guild Wars, so you'll probably see this occasionally keep creeping on the channel, because I can't help myself. But that's a very basic look at what you would start to be doing. So yeah, you would then just travel across you could either work your way up to the next area, so like once you're 15 to 20, I mean, this starting area, I mean, it starts from here and you covers all the way up this, and that's quite a decent area to cover once it all adds up. And then you've got all these, and you can easily travel to another race's starting area, so like you've got the norm one over here, you could work your way through all that, or you could do the char starting area, which is over here. As you can see, I haven't done a lot with this particular character. Human area is up here, human main city, and then there's their starting area. So yeah, I'll probably do 1 or 2 more videos on this game yet. I'll cover some of the crafting and some of the things that people get slightly confused by. But yeah, drop me a like and a favourite or a comment for anything that you want to see more. Like the Facebook page, that's where all the updates generally come from for what's coming up on the channel. And hope to see you all soon. Thanks for watching, have a good day.